So let's see series functions first. There's something called map, replace, and apply. So these functions, we will see what these functions do. So map and apply, we have already, map and filter we have seen in basic Python programming, right? So map here also kind of work in some similar way, but let's see for the series and for the data frame, they work in different way. Okay, let's see how it goes. For example, if I have male and female given, okay, for this column, I have male and I have female. I want to change all the male to 0 and female to 1. How am I going to do this? I'm going to do it with something called map. Okay, so I'm going to take the column Titanic and the sex column. Inside it, I'm going to pass, okay, map. Inside it, I'm going to pass a dictionary that male converted to 0, female converted to 1. So this is going to give us a mapping, but it won't change the original data frame. To change that, what we will have to do is we will have to assign it. So this thing, I will assign it like this. If I execute it now, I will get a new column. So new column has been created, but the original column already exists. But if I wanted to change the original column, I could just do this. Okay, so this original column has been updated now. Okay, the same thing can be done for new column again. Also for embarked, also I want to upgrade it. For C, I want to do this. Okay, but if I do this, there is going to be a problem here. Okay, I have done for the C and I have passed the map for the S, but there is something one more, which is for the Q. So Queenstown has not been mapped here. So what happened there is it will give you some sort of error like NaN, it will return us. So to tackle that problem, what we do is we do replace. Okay, for map, you have to pass all the possible mappings there available. But if you just want to change one or two, you can just use the replace one, and it's just going to replace two for us. And if we see that here, the Q has stayed the same, but C and S has been updated. All right. Anybody has any questions so far with the replace and map?
Can you just please repeat what is the limitation of map function?
Yes, limitation of map and replace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for the map, what happens is if we have like three categories while mapping, for example, we had three categories of C, Q, and S there. Okay. In the map, you have to type in all the categories and their mappings. If you don't do it, what will happen is you will see error like this, like NaN. If the category is existing in the column, but you have not mapped it, it will get converted automatically to NaN. So it's going to be replaced as none value. So that's the only shortcoming of map. To overcome that, what we do is we use the replace. What replace is going to do is it's going to only map the things which we have passed here. The rest of the values are going to stay the same. They are not going to be replaced or not going to be changed. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Got it. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, is this the only way to replace value for in the same column?
Yes, kind of. There are 1,000 ways to we can do those things. Okay, but this for now, if you want to replace or change the values, change the name of the values, we are going to follow replace or map. There are other ways. We will see those later.
Okay.
Okay, in the some other session when we are utilizing those, we'll see those. Next one is apply. Apply is basically one of the most important function that we are going to use in the whole pandas when we are manipulating the data frame and we are trying to apply something or apply a special function on something. Okay, so a special function on a column or multiple columns, if you want to do that, apply is going to be very, very helpful for us. How it works: so apply actually applies a function on each and every element of that column. If we are working with the series, for example, so this is a function I have written. What this function does is it takes an element called or a variable called x, and it's going to split it. It has to be a string now because I'm able to split it, and then it's going to select the first element of that list. Okay, everybody remember when we used the split function in the first session? Okay, what it does is, for example, we have Ellen, Mr. William, and Henry. So what it's going to do is it's going to split on the comma. So on the comma, it's going to split and it's going to return us a list with two elements. One is going to be Ellen and second element is going to be Mr. William Henry. I can print it here also if we have to. See, so this, when I passed it, it broke into two things. One is Ellen and Mr. William Henry, and then I selected the zeros. What it means is, if I have been given a name like this, I want to get the surname out of it. So Ellen is the surname. I want to get out of it. Mr. William Henry is the full name, and their Ellen is their surname. I want to pull out the surname out of it, and the zeros element, which is Ellen, I have pulled it out. Now I want to apply this function not to just one name, but all the elements of the name here. If I want to do that, how am I going to do that? I'm going to take my data set. I'm going to create a new column, which is empty column, equal to, I'm going to take the name column. On top of it, I want to apply this function. I want to take the names, each and every names, for 0th one, for the first one, for the second one, and I want to apply the last name. So one at a time, one name, the first element is going to be selected from the name column. For it, I'm going to apply the last name and I'm going to pull out the Ellen. For here, in this example, it's broad. Okay, this is going to be pulled out. For the second one, then we will move and we will get the Cummings out of it. So here you can see that we have created a new column, which is last name with Braun and Mr. Then Cummings. All right, so this is how we can apply the function on a single column, and all the elements are going to take this special function as a element is going to be the input into that function, and it's going to perform the operation. Anybody has any questions so far with the apply? For each element, if you want to apply a function, we use apply. Okay.
Sir, suppose
Yeah.
in one comma in a sentence. So what to
Yeah.
do?
You have one comma in a sentence.
So, having a more than one comma. Suppose after Alan there is a comma and after William there is another comma.
Fine, right? Because yeah, the first one we want to select. This is the logic we have written. There is nothing like fancy about it. This logic worked here. So that's why I did that. If there were more columns, you had to think about the logic that you want to write in this function. That's it's kind of our own prerogative we have to follow. Okay, this logic we have to think about. Okay, what kind of logic we want to apply. Okay.
Apply. Okay, sir. Apply function is something like inheriting any function.
Yes. Apply is inheriting a function which we are passing as last name, and it's applying on all the elements of that particular series. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. Perfect. We should move ahead. The same thing can be done differently using the lambda function also. Whenever you see apply function, mostly you will see lambda functions. Nobody is going to write the function differently and then inside the apply they are going to do anything. Mostly what we are going to see is, for example, the name of the column, this is the series, I'm going to apply. Inside it, I'm going to pass it as a lambda function, x, and x dot split I want to do on a comma, and the 0th element I want to select. And when I run this, I get all the all the last name of all the names that has been given there. Is that part clear? Using the lambda function inside the apply, this is how a single line apply function works. This is
Yes,
how
sir.
you are going to be able to see the most of the codes. Okay, so these were three functions on the series. Okay, all three functions that we saw: map, replace, and apply. These were being applied on a series. For example, here when we selected the sex, it's the series now. Titanic.sex is a series. Okay, so here it's also a series. Embarked is also a series. Okay, when we applied the map, it was on series. Replace, when we applied, it was on a series. So embarked, when we pulled it out, it was a series that we applied on. Okay, here also apply, when we did, it was on the series. Here on the name which has been pulled out, it's a series which we have applied it on. Okay, we pulled out the series name from the data frame and then we applied the function last name on it. Okay, here also we did the same thing. But what if we want to apply the name on the data frame, the whole data frame we want to apply on? So I'm going to create a smaller subset with these column names. Okay, I'm calling it the temporary, so we can see all the observation and the changes. And now I'm going to show you is I have these 4 columns and there are more observations. There are 891 all observations available. We are just seeing the head here. Now I want to apply something. This apply has to be applied on all the values, all the columns here. Okay, so what I can do is directly use the apply. I don't have to type in the series name. I don't have to type that, okay, I want to do it on the age. No, I can do it on all the variables, all the columns. Dot apply. Then inside it, there are apply has some pre-built functions. For example, max, for example, min, that we can utilize. Right now, I'm just going to utilize the max. I want to apply the max on these columns. For example, the P class, I want to find what is the max in the whole P class. I want to find what is the max age. Okay. I want to find what is the maximum sibling and spouse in one ticket. I want to find that what was the maximum fare for a ticket paid by someone. Okay. These are the things I want to find. So I have P class, age, siblings, spouse, and fare. I will take the whole data frame. I'm going to apply, and inside it, I'm just going to pass the default function max, which is already existing for the apply, which has been created already. So it's going to give me the maximum value running through all of those. It's going to give me the maximum value of P class, which is 3, maximum value in age, which was 80, sibling spouse were 8, and maximum fare paid by someone for a ticket was 512. So this is how apply worked. It started from column to column. For this column, I applied something, all the values it looked into, and it gave me the maximum value here. Okay, so this is how apply is going to work on multiple columns. Now there is one more thing. I think somebody has a question, but let me finish this part and you can, we can take that question. Here, there is something called axis. Okay, in the apply, there is going to be something called axis. For example, the max function I have passed here, we can also write some sort of lambda function also. Okay, we can define a lambda function here also, which can do something like this kind of lambda function we can also pass, but right now we are just using the max function here. So there are 2 new, variables or 2 new parameters which can be passed in apply function, which are called axis functions. Okay, what axes are? So when you see x is equal to 0 or index, both are true. You can see both of those. Okay, apply function to each column. It means that, okay, when it's 0, we are applying the function to each column. So here, when we applied the max on it with x is equal to 0, which was also default, here also it's happening the same thing. We just, x is already given as it's a default, parameter. So what happened here was we took one column, on all the elements of that column we applied something, and then we got the output here. Then we took the age, on all the variable values of the age we applied something, and we got the result here. Okay, so basically all the columns we are trying to apply it on, each column we are trying to apply it on when we are using x is equal to 0. Then there is one thing called x is equal to 1. When we do the x is equal to 1, what's going to happen is the function max is going to apply it row wise, like it's going to be like this. So the index has been changed now to this one, and the apply max is going to be done on these 4 things. So what is the max here in this row?
22.
Yes, so here we are going to get 22. In the next one we have 71. In the third one we have 26, and then we have 53 and 35. So when we do x is equal to 1, the function is going to apply horizontally, not vertically. Okay, so this is the difference between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. How the function is going to apply. If the function we want to apply across the column names, we do 0. But if we want to apply it across the rows, we do x is equal to 1. Is that part clear?
Yeah, we should always go for x is equal to 0 because
Yes.
x equal to 1, it doesn't have any logic.
Yeah, x is equal to 1 also has a logic here, that this max is actually going to be row wise. We are going to check. We are going to check all the elements of the row, and then we are going to iterate through the rows element. That's the logic for the x is equal to 1.
So only numerical elements.
Yeah, so it's because of the max. Max function is some function which its job is to find the maximum in the numerical ones. We can replace it with some different kind of function also, some lambda function which is doing something else. Okay, there is going to be an example which we are going to see. I just wanted you to understand what the axis 0 and 1 are going to do. Okay, there is one example we are going to see later. Okay, in assignment number 2, I think. When it comes to the explanation of that, I'll show you that to you.
Okay.
All right, we just wanted to understand that when it comes to axis 0, it means that each and every single column elements are going to be worked upon. When x is equal to 1 means that all the observation horizontally or the function is going to be applied on. Okay,